and we are here because the Nations Cup is back on tonight. Before we do Nations Cup, I missed it. I was hoping to quickly get a quick race in before the Nations Cup. We've got 40 minutes, at least it involves some practice for us in the meantime. So it's been a busy week. There is something I am looking forward to. I have got a cool video, well, I think it's cool, coming out hopefully Thursday, I'm hoping. It concerns Daily Race B. I started doing it with the normal cars that I'd use, so like the Aston Martin and the cars like that, and I thought, why don't I try more than one car, set 5 laps, and then do a race of each car and just see if there's that much of a difference. So I kind of gave it a go, and the video that I'll post on Thursday will hopefully show my results. They were very varied, let's put it that way. It's quite a long video. I think I've managed to get it down to 60 minutes just. But yeah, it's worth a look, especially if you're interested in seeing what cars you should be using in what race, and does the track really matter, does the car really matter. Yeah, I think it's quite an interesting viewpoint. There was some bad driving by myself, I must admit. But anyway, we are back with the Nations Cup. Before we go into it and start some practice, obviously I've not done any practice at all. Let's have a look at where we're at on the points. So we finished the first stage now, on the second stage, round 11. We only managed to do 5 stages. We did get better as we went on. So we do need to improve. It's all going to be dependent on what I can and can't do though. So stage 11 is today. I should be okay for Saturday, but then next Tuesday I won't. So yeah, I should be able to do the next 2, I'm hoping. Usual rules apply. If I finish top 10, I'll only do 1 race. If I drop out of the top 10, I'll do the later on race as well to try and build points. So the car is given to you this week, so I can't go all British as I normally would. It's 2 Japanese cars, a Toyota and a Subaru. I'm going to go with the Subaru, mainly because I prefer the Subaru. I might not like it in red though, although I've just picked red, although it's practice. We shall have a look. I know this track very, very well. I'm not 100% au fait with the car though, so that will be interesting. And I haven't seen anyone else do this race today. Normally, there's a couple of YouTubers that I've watched during the day, the likes of Adventure Racing and things like that, who would have already done their races. And I haven't seen any of that today. So that's not going to be helpful strategy. So the optimal time is 2:32 per lap. Obviously these cars are slower. I'll take traction control off for a start. I think there's no pit stops. And these cars are going to be very, very slow. But we'll see what happens. I'm still using automatic gears. I have been practicing a little bit using manual on a controller, and I am finding it difficult, which is why I've never done it, because I knew I would find it difficult. It's never been my thing at all. But we shall see. So let's see what we can do. 2:32 is the top times, which normally I'm still C rated, so normally that would tell me that a 2:35 is roughly the qualifying time needed. I wonder if my old lines from previous races work. No, would be the answer to that. So when I previously done the track with Group 3 and Group 4 cars, I would brake as I'm entering the corner. That obviously doesn't work with these cars. This is why I've got to get used to it. I know tyre wear is going to be an issue as well, but I don't think there's much point going for a pit stop in this race. The pit lane is quite long. It's going to be a slow pit stop. Obviously this time isn't going to be brilliant because that first corner mix up. Car's not too bad. The Subaru does hold the track well. It's a slow car. I'm full throttle and I'm only just getting to 90 miles an hour. That's not good. And it is a little bit slidey on the braking. Something we can get used to. I don't know if about anyone else, but if they've done daily race B, the one thing I did find was I had to have traction control on 2 for all my cars, which I never have to. You know, the Aston Martin, I normally run it on 0 traction control, but for some reason I couldn't do it without traction control. It was really weird. But yeah, there were some good fun races. My driving was abysmal in some of them, but you'll see that on Thursday when I post a video. My plan is the Nations Cup today, Manufacturers Cup tomorrow, and then well, post a video on Thursday, and then Saturday we should have another Nations Cup. I think it might be a double header, Nations Cup, Manufacturers Cup, so that could be a good day. I did enjoy the last double header I did a while ago now. I did enjoy that. Thank you to those that have seen the Daily Race A video. I had a lot of fun making that. It was quite a short video admittedly, but I enjoyed the minis. I don't drive the minis very often, so I found it really good fun. Okay, so you can brake a lot later there by the looks of things. We're aiming for about 2:35 would be an optimal time. Obviously first corner we messed up, so I'm not expecting this to be brilliant, but it's a benchmark. And this is my practice. It's 22:10 the actual race, so we are just going to practice for a little bit. I was hoping to jump into a race with the minis, but I missed it by a couple of seconds. But it gives me a chance to practice. This car is a bit different than what I'm used to. Alright, you've got to brake a little bit more for that corner by the looks of things. Yeah, okay. It's little things like that you've got to get used to when you change the car on these tracks, especially the slower ones, because the lines you would take with faster cars, although you can take them at higher speed, you can't do them kind of lines with slower cars. Traction is an issue. I don't want traction control on. You shouldn't need it on an N200. So it is all about controlling. I haven't changed the brake bias at all yet. That might be a case of switching that to the rear. I know my lap times are really slow currently. I'm not too worried. This is practice for that reason. Just getting a feel for the car and what I can do with it and things like that really. Qualifying will be interesting. Yeah, if you've seen any other videos on the channel, check out the UDL farming. I've had good fun making that. And I will have a Let's Play series hopefully coming soon. Something I've wanted to for a while, so it's something I am working on. Obviously work and family and stuff get in the way a lot of the time, but we are getting there. So this is just as bad as the first lap was there, but that's okay. I'm not putting traction control on. I refuse to put traction control on for an N200 car. It's just ridiculous. But we'll see. But yeah, 2:35 was my thinking aim wise. So you can take that near enough flower, you just take your finger off the accelerator. You can brake a lot later there. Alright, not that late, because obviously that didn't go down too well. You'd think slower cars would be easy to control, But yeah, not so much from what I'm finding so far. An improvement on the first lap at least. It's a lot better. So we're going to be about throttle control through these parts. Using the curbs where possible. Trying to keep a good speed up. Actually, in the faster cars I'd normally go around there in about 90 miles an hour. Obviously not possible in this thing. Lack of grip is the problem. That's the one thing to watch out for. That's going to be interesting when you're racing other cars as well. Nicely around there. Probably a bit wide through there, but that's okay. Yeah, the one thing I did do for the first time with daily race day, I did a little lap guide, and though my times aren't the fastest, considering I play in control of an automatic gearbox, I get within 3 to 5 seconds of the top times in the world, and it was just something that I thought would be a little bit fun to try and do. And it was to kind of make fun of myself at the same time, because if you haven't watched it, I kind of showed where I was going wrong, and I knew where I needed to improve. I hadn't improved, but I knew where I needed to. But yeah, it was just something that other people had said about doing, a little how-to guides and stuff, and I thought it fitted nicely. Don't expect that with Daily Race B, just because I struggled, as you'll see. A little bit wide there. Trying to hold the car together, but we did it. Braking for the corner. That last section killed my lap. Be a big improvement, but that last section killed me. Should have done better. So 2:42, I'm thinking a 2:35 is my aim. If a 2:32 are the world's best times, you need a 2:35 or be around pole. And I know there's time to make up. Didn't really want to go across the grass there. A little bit slower through this first sector than we were previously, but we're okay. I think a lot of the time to make up currently is on the last sector. Like I say, I do know this track very, very well, but it is just a completely different story with this car. Better corner. Well, that was a lot better, although my time's saying I was slower. Okay, last sector, this is where I've got to make up the time again. Gotta try and go quicker. I think the setup is right. Brake balance to the back is the right choice. Yeah. Oh, just touched the curb and that's made the car go there. Just managing to hold it together. Still not the best last sector. I think it'll be a slight improvement of time, but yeah, I messed up that last at the curb, kind of sent the car all over the place there. There's an improvement. We're about 6 seconds off where I want to be though. I've got time to improve, that's the main thing. I wonder how big Slipstream's going to be on this with slow cars. I've always found previous races with the slower cars, Slipstream doesn't have as big an effect. Doesn't mean you shouldn't utilise it where possible. It's something that I found. Made up a lot of time for that first sector. I thought I'd maximised it already, but that was pretty good. Still up on the previous lap. We are still improving, that's the main thing. And points should be fairly good because I'm still in C. In fact, I'm a little bit higher in C than I have been, so points should be good. I lost all the time I made in that first sector there. That's poor. Yeah, I'm not sure how the race is going to go, to be fair. It's going to be an interesting one. Like I say, normally I'd watch other people race it early on in the day. Adventure racing is based in America, so he does his early on in the day. So I would have already normally have watched him and got a few strategy tips and stuff from watching him, and I haven't today. He hasn't done it, so I'm all on my own. Although, to be fair, there's not much strategy. There should be no pit stops, so there is no real strategy as such. That was a better turn in. So we hooked up the last sector really nicely, but we messed up the middle sector. Still be an improvement. We're getting to the time I kind of aiming for. 2:40, 5 seconds now off what I think we need. Send the car a bit sideways there, it's not going to help the lap time. It's all about throttle control through here. The only thing I'm worried about with throttle control through there is how much you're going to lose your tyres. I think this has got high tyre wear, this race, so that might be an issue. Lost a lot of time through there, which is unusual. Yeah, we lost a lot of time through that first sector, which first sector's always been my best so far. Better through there though. I hope I haven't hit my limit on lap time because I need another 5 seconds. slower through there. Yeah, I've messed this lap up again, which is weird. I'm hoping I've got it massively wrong in terms of optimal lap time to see, but I could be wrong, but I doubt it. I've been close most times, and it's normally within about 3 seconds of the top times. It's normally pole. Left hand side if you want a fast lap, right hand side if you're finishing a lap off. Gives you a better line for fast the next lap if you start on the left. That is something I do know. I got that wrong that time, didn't I? It's the way to destroy your tyres in one foul swoop. Yeah, it's nice to be back doing the daily races videos, and also Nations Cup, to be fair. It's not a lot of time recently due to work and family and children at home. It does make a difference to things. Also, if you watch the daily race A video, my little boy was with me. Obviously school was well, he's going back tomorrow. He's been during this whole thing, but he was off because they were deep cleaning his school yesterday when I did the video, and he was well aware I was recording and doing the voice over for the video, and he was really good all the way through. Didn't make a sound until right at the end, and if you listen closely you can hear him saying, "Daddy, you're really slow." So yeah, that wasn't a ghost or anything in the background, that was him actually saying that I'm really slow, which was quite amusing considering I don't think I am, but according to him I was. But yeah, it's right at the last like 5 seconds, so you may not notice it. I think I do cut out a little bit of it, but yeah, that is basically what he's saying to me, is I'm really slow. Just like this lap. I don't know what's happened. I had a really good 240 and now I've really lost it. Gotta concentrate. Come on. Need his laps. I've kind of got a hang of the car. I kind of know what to do and what not to do. Turning under braking is a no-no. Well, that is a poor lap. I lost a lot of time in that first corner, I know that. That was turning and braking. 245. Come on. Need to be in the 230s. Should be able to jump on the lobby shortly. It's a 240 race. 940, sorry, race. 240. So yeah, probably this last lap and then we should be able to jump on. I am a little bit worried about my race pace at this point. Especially if I'm correct in terms of time needed qualifying, I am in a bit of trouble. Better corner there for me. It's always interesting using the cars they provide. It does give you a whole new challenge. The cars you drive all the time, you know, obviously. When it's cars they provide, it's cars of the unknown to a degree. Because you're not used to them, you don't drive them a lot. You know, who would pick to drive N200s a lot of the time? You're not going to when you've got a lot of the, you know, the Group 1s and the Group 3s and the Group Xs. You're going to drive those as much as you can. So it is interesting driving these ones. This is definitely going to be a pinch point in the race, I can see, and in qualifying. People, I think. So we are going to improve our time. We are going to get in the 230s. I don't think it's going to be, yeah, 2:39.5. It's not going to be brilliant, but it's okay. It's a start. Okay, so we should. By the way, if anyone does watch this, if you do play GTSport on PlayStation 4, send me a friend request to Soldierboy UDL. Be interesting to be able to put my times against what other people are doing in different races. That would be something I'm interested in. I'm just going to play the replay of the top time, just because I'm interested in lines they're using, just to give myself a little bit of a heads up, in case I'm doing something seriously wrong. Let's see what he does. So it could be the colour scheme, to be fair. It could be the fact I'm red. So he's not braking at all, which I haven't been. It's all throttle control. Never feels very fast, especially when you're racing yourself. But also watching, it doesn't look fast. Admittedly, these cars aren't. I think by the end of this point here for the corner, you're hitting about 90 miles an hour. He massively cuts the corner. So that's something to look at. That's definitely something to look out for that corner. He does cut it heavily. Braking heavily now. Uses the curb to get straight. It is always interesting watching the top times because you do see where you're going wrong sometimes. It's not something I do very often. But for Nations Cup, I do need to take it a little bit more seriously, I suppose. Sliding it round that back corner. It's weird watching a car race with no driver. That is definitely a weird thing. He holds the left. As I go automatically to the right, he's actually holding the left until he gets to this point. No braking, he swings it in, cuts it a little bit, uses the curb out wide, and his braking point is just before the 100, which is what I was expecting. Cuts it heavily, and there. Okay, that's interesting to note. So he does quite a bit of corner cutting. Like I say, obviously with gears, he is going to be faster than me, which isn't a problem. I'm expecting that. But there are some little hints and tips I can take from that, like the corner cutting. Not something I'd thought about. We're going to stick to the same car. We are still going to stick to red as well. So we are going to do some free practice. Just because I want to see how we get on. We're still aiming to break 2:35, or we'll get close at least. I'm 2:39 currently. Having watched that and seen some of the lines he uses, it's doable. As it stands, we're 7 seconds off. To be fair, I'll probably... I don't know if it's a... Is it a grid start? Doesn't tell me at the minute. Because if it's a grid start, I will have traction control on 1. That's something I will have. And I'll take it off at the start. So I want to go rear times 2. I think that's my best way. Also because I know tyre wear is a big thing here. I want to look after my tyres. But yeah, if it's a grid start, traction control on 1, like I said in the daily race A, it's definitely, you've got to be done. Does make a massive difference. So that 2:39.5 is our best so far. Yeah, we've overshot that. I tried to brake later and messed that up, so we're going to do a retry. It's fine. We've got plenty of time. We've got 10 minutes, just under. So he cuts this corner there. I'm turning too heavily because he cuts that and keeps it fairly straight going through both. That's something to look at least. That's one thing, if you're not sure of the lines, corners, that kind of thing, it's always worth watching the races and the people that have set the best times. Didn't brake heavy enough. Didn't brake heavy enough. Okay, let's try it with traction control on 1. I don't expect to be a better time, I really don't, because it's slow on the braking. Slow on changing gear, sorry, not braking. So let's see if it makes a difference in that first corner. Sometimes you find traction control does help. It does make you quicker in some instances. And there was quite a funny meme I watched earlier actually of someone taking the mickey out of people that refuse to use traction control. I don't refuse to use, like I say, Daily Race B video, which will be going live on Thursday. I had to have it on 2 for every car. I don't know what it was about that track. I've never had issues before, but for all the cars I was using, cars I use all the time, and some of them were as well, had to have it on 2, and normally I drive them with 0. I don't mind using traction control as long as it doesn't slow me down. That's my only thinking. If it slows you down, it's not worth using. At this point it might be worth it, but we'll find out shortly. He cuts this curb massively as well, doesn't he? That felt quicker. And I'm into the gravel, that's something. I took that a little bit too much. I will mess the lap up, that's okay. I felt quicker though doing the first cut. Second cut I messed up. Interesting. It does feel quicker. Traction control on, so I wasn't expecting to have to use. Let's see about this last sector. Obviously this lap is a throwaway lap because I messed up, and I also didn't anywhere near take that corner tight enough. Considering I really messed up a corner, it's not bad. 5 minutes still. Possibly time for 2 more laps. See how they go. I think at this point traction control might be a good idea. My throttle control was completely out there. As you can probably tell, I definitely wasn't taking them as nice as I usually would. I lost half a second on a very poor time. We'll gain some of that back now though. Better line him. Yeah, I knew I'd gain a load back because I went off from the first lap. Still really slow in the first section, that's how I've got to make up. Practice doesn't matter as long as we pull it out of the bag in the race, I know, but you know, kind of want to get it in practice too. A little bit slower there than I was previously. Alright, he can nail this corner. So he cuts the grass quite heavily, something I've got to try and do and time it right. Better. Worked nicely. And then I mess up the end of the lap. Massively mess up the end of the lap. I didn't brake enough, tried to turn under braking, yeah, not brilliant. So this will probably be the last lap now before the race starts. So this is my last chance of trying to get a decent lap in. I think I braked a little bit early there. All about the base, all about the throttle control. Definitely better than the previous lap. I think I probably will leave traction control on for the race. If it's a grid start, it will help anyway. Cutting the corner nicely there. And probably a little bit too far right for that corner. It wasn't as nice as previously done. I was too far over the right hand side of the track really for that. better through there. So no braking, that was all throttle control through there. So that's not bad. And we can go over to the right now. We'll try and cut this nicely. It's always a different gift matter when you've got cars around you, that's the thing, when they're in the way and things. Didn't cut it. Nowhere near as tight as I wanted to be. That's reflected in the time there. I'll be up on the previous time by a little bit. 240, so not as good as we have been. But that's basically practice over by looks of things. There we go. So this is the first race. So like I say, top 10. We will. We'll probably do a daily race afterwards to finish it off. But yeah, top 10. No more racing. Bottom 10, 11th to 20th. We will probably go again. Yeah, most people have got a little bit of experience looking at the points. A lot of hundreds plus. One person with 0 points. Got us with our little 49. Couple of British people, me and 2 others. A fairly even split in terms of car choice. I think the BRZS just above the 86 GT. Not much in it though. Just looking to see if there's any names I recognise from any previous races and things. There isn't really. So, there's only 19 of us, so someone dropped out already then. Why would you do that? Back to S-Class safe terrain anyway, but we are mid-sea. That is why I'd assume there are some quite good racers with decent points in here. So that will be interesting. Obviously I aim for a top 10, always aim for a top 10. Yeah, car settings good. Point table, so top 10 is 27 points up. So definitely want a top 10. Race details. No fuel consumption qualifying. Tyre wedging quite 18 times. 18 times there. I can't see why you would need. It's 9 laps. Grid start with false start. Yep, 20 cars. We're off. We're missing one. Slipstream is real. Mechanical damp. Boost is off. Shortcut penalty is weak. Track limits normal. Yeah, you shouldn't need a pit stop. Doesn't mean you won't, but it does. But yeah, you shouldn't need one. 18 times tyre wear in qualifying. That's going to be interesting. So you definitely got to not spin out during qualifying. You've got 10 minutes. That's only what, out lap plus 2? So that's not a massive amount. And there's no fuel burning because fuel is off in qualifying. So that's an interesting one. Alright, we're seconds away from qualifying. Right, come on. I want to go. Someone's left, so we're down to 18 now. Come on, I want to go. Thank you. Don't want to be last out. Don't think I'm going to be first, but I don't want to be last. We're going to go for another car now. And there's going to be one joining us as well. That's going to be interesting. So a few cars in front of us. One of us needs to move. Got to look after your tyres early on. 18 times tyre wear, so you outlap, you've got to be very careful of your tyres. That's why you notice I'm not going particularly fast. I'm looking after the tyres. Just keeping a decent pace. Because they need to last qualifying. 18 times is quite a long... It's quite a big hit on your tyres. Don't be silly there. Don't need to be silly. This is an outlap. Nothing else. No need to be silly. That's the only thing with qualifying I find, that people are silly with it. They try and overtake. There's no need to. It's an outlap. Alright, when you're on a hot lap, fair play. Oh, I'm going to hit him. Didn't mean to. He just slammed on. Yeah, there's no need to be silly in qualifying, especially not your outlap. Hot laps, people should move out if they're not doing a hot lap themselves. He's going to slam on, isn't he? So there's me trying to conserve tyres. He is all over the place. I was going to hope following for slipstream, but I've got a car just behind us. We're still in slipstream range, so that's alright. So we'll gain some slipstream. I'm worried about that first corner with the ones ahead though. We shall see. Someone's off ahead of us. Yellow flag. Yeah. He's spun himself out. I definitely won the slipstream coming into the final straight, that's the thing. Right, now for our proper timed lap. So we should have 2 of these, I'm hoping. If not possibly 3. We have got slipstream going into it, but obviously I am worried about those 2. I don't want to overtake because that will compromise my lap, but it depends how slow they end up looking going around these corners. Trying to utilise throttle control. In a minute they're being alright. We'll have the slipstreams in the times we need them at least, that will help us. A little bit wayward there. Nice corner by us there. This is the bit I'm worried about with cars ahead of you. This is when it could really mess up your time. No, just managed to brake enough to avoid him. Probably a bit slower than I would have liked. Tyres are doing okay. It's a slipstream on the long straight I need more than anything else at this point. They're both now coming together, which is what I was trying to avoid. So I've gone past one, so I'm not too worried about him. We've got slipstream on the straight, which is what I wanted. It will help the lap time. Don't know how much it will help, but it'll help a little bit at least. It's been quite clean for us so far, which is unusual for us in qualifying. There's normally issues somewhere along the line. Didn't cut as much as I'd want to, but we kept it cut tight. Always good, just managing to hold it together. Not a bad last corner. Car penalties ahead. What are we going to get? We're up to 4th after 1 lap, which we'll take. We'll slot back in behind number 6 again. Down to 5th. We're okay. That's not a bad time. Did a 240. Our best in practice was a 239.5. So yeah, I don't mind that. It's not bad. And we're only 2 seconds off the pace. My prediction of a 2:35 for the qualifying time for pole, massively out at this point. So I'm heavily surprised by. But I'll take it. I'm happy to be wrong at this point. Probably got time for another lap after this, which I'm highly surprised by. Cutting the corner nicely. We're going to get tangled up with the blue now, which is what I don't want, especially coming into this corner. We're up on a previous time, but not by much. Well, we need 600ths to gain the position currently. He's going to slam on. I knew he was. I'm not trying to compete for position with him. I'm just trying to not go into the back of him. Down to 7th now. Someone gets into the 2:39s. That's what we need, 2:39s. He's only just ahead of us, time wise. He's going to slam on, I'm well aware. And I've got a car on my backside. He's now going to force me off. Why would you even do that? I was on for a good lap as well. Why? That's the guy that went off earlier and we went past. There was no need for that. This is why qualifying is a pain in the butt sometimes, because people decide to overtake when there's no need to, and that wasn't an overtaking place. Although he's gone off again. We've got to get that final corner better, because that was horrendous. Don't think we're going to improve. No, we're not going to improve. We got one last lap to try and improve our time now. We've dropped down to 10th. We can go a little bit quicker from what I'm aware. We've got no slipstream this time though. But yeah, some of that time obviously we lost because of the car being silly with us. And some of that was that final corner that we need to get right. This will be our final corner. We have got a car on our tail as well, which isn't going to be helping if he tries to force his way past. Tyres are starting to go a little bit, you can feel them already. We're up on our previous best. If he tries to force his way past though, that's going to cause us massive issues. Cutting the corner nicely. Didn't take that as well as I wanted to. That's probably this lap messed up right there. Yeah. Second down. That's a lap done. Yeah, we're not going to improve now. I messed up that corner. That's how quick it takes just to mess up your qualifying lap. That's the thing. We got a decent lap in. We're going to start in 12th. There's no real strategy to it. It's just go, go, go from the off. I'm hoping a couple of people don't have traction control on. That will give us an advantage on the start line, because in theory they should bog down. First corner I can imagine being a nightmare, and especially through the S's. That's going to be a nightmare. So it's all to lose in that first section on the first lap, I think. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. People could still improve as well, to be fair. There's Medigol again. That's the one who forced his way past us previously. The one thing I need to practice is final corner. I think I need to brake earlier, take more speed off. I think that's half my issue. Come on, can we hold the car? Okay, probably took... I wasn't going fast enough to take the speed off. So we didn't improve our time. But it wasn't too bad. So we're currently in 12th. There are a few cars running. I'd assume there's some below us as well. 2. Which could improve. 12th isn't a bad time, really. The final lap, I messed up the final one. Second lap was down to Medigol, the car behind us, forcing his way through that, dropped us loads of time, and then I messed the final corner up. The first lap wasn't bad. My prediction for 2:35 being the qualifying time, I was out by 2.5 seconds, which is odd. So it's a lot slower. Normally it's about 3 seconds behind the top times for C. And it wasn't. So we weren't nowhere near that pace in practice. We were 2:39.5 was our best, so 2 seconds away. And we were only half a second off our best in practice. So yeah, it's probably a fair qualifying, like I say. First lap was good, second lap Medigol messed it up for us by squeezing past us. And the third lap I messed up on the corner by not taking it correctly. But yeah, not a bad qualifying. And we're aiming for top 10, so as I say, I'm going to start traction control on. That should give me a advantage off the start line. If people don't have it on, they will bog down if they go full throttle. So it's something I'm aware of previously from other races. So it's definitely something I'm taking advantage of. Only 18 drivers in the race now, 2 have dropped. Be interesting to see what number I actually end up with, where it thinks I'm going to be placed. As I say, I've improved my driver rating quite a bit. We're now mid-Cs. So in that effect, things will be a little bit harder, because they are going to be a better class of driver around us. And I am still using controller with automatic gearbox. Like I say, I have done some practice with gears on the controller, and it's still very, very difficult. But I am practicing. I still don't know whether I'll be able to do it competitively, but I am trying. That's the main thing. So fuel consumption, nothing to worry about. 4 times won't affect things, and 18 times tyre wear could become an issue towards the end, but there should be no pit stops. So it is just a straight up race. I foresee a lot of issues in some of the corners and the S's. Here comes the music. So normally this is the point we do a grid walkthrough and discuss everyone's liveries, but all you got a choice of a colour. So there's not really much to talk about on the grid walk, to be fair. Interesting to see where the other Great British drivers are. I think there's 2 more in this race. So it'll be interesting to see where they came in qualifying. I didn't really clock it beforehand. So there's one, 5th place, Mr. Cleve. One of their Great British drivers. There's the second, Colsey 13. So in a minute we'll find out what number it expects to finish. So 10th place is meant, the computer thinks it's going to finish first. It's interesting. And then we have us. And we're expected to finish 17th. So anything above 17th, our driver rating will improve. Medigol, we've had issues with him in qualifying, so definitely one to stay away from. So only 18 cars in this 20, I believe 2 dropped out. So normal rules apply to Nations Cup, other than I can't use a British car because their car's given to you, but they're top 10, one race, 11th to 18th, we'll do the later on race. Currently in my head, it depends how this goes. If this is really bad, not my fault, but bad, I don't know whether I will or not. We'll see. Let's see what happens. There we are. So I think false start is on. Few people have got traction control on there. No one really bogged down as much as I thought they would. So first corner is going to be mayhem. Fully expecting it. I'm going to go out wide. I don't mind losing a few places here to stay out of trouble. And no penalties ahead at this point. We lost a place. Medigold is causing himself some issues there with other cars. Yeah, that's Medigold causing issues as usual. We're having a few paint swapping. Chris Doodoo forcing his way past. Not worried about the cars ahead of us going ahead. Medigold is causing massive issues for cars ahead of him. We're getting a bit of bumper cars now. This is going to be an issue coming up to this corner. We're going to have nowhere to go if he suddenly brakes on us. That's my only worry. I'm braking early, sliding it through. I'm worried about Medigold at this point. We're going to get caught by the Spanish guy there. I've let off for a reason. I was fully expecting him to knock me out if I wasn't careful. Knock me out, wrong word. Knock me off track. I'm not worried about the people getting ahead of us. I'm just more worried about staying on track at this point. Right, there's 2 people causing themselves an issue there. We just need a bit of open space now. Tyre wear will cause people issues later on, especially if it catches them out. So I'm not overly worried. Medigol obviously has got his penalty. And we're not massively behind the leaders. We kind of need to get past Medigol here, as we know what he's like. I don't think we're going to be close enough. We've got slipstream though, we're okay. They're taking this corner very weirdly at this point. We've taken it nicely. Medigol's off, I believe. We took that very well indeed. We nearly got taken out down the final corner. We cut it nicely. And then the car behind us managed to catch us. So up to 11th, gained a place just at the end of the first lap. We want slipstream now. On to the second. Not a bad first lap. I was expecting more fireworks than there was, to be fair. We're 9 seconds behind the leaders, but that's fine. It's no worse than I was expecting. British guy ahead of us has gone off. Oh, and we've been caught by the French guy. One went very, very wide and the other barged us past. We took it easy for that reason. S's are not the ideal places to overtake. But I don't want to be staying behind this car here, Chris Doodoo. We've already seen him cause issues with other people. And ourselves, I think. He was on the first lap, he caused us issues, and he did the same again, forcing his way through. Someone's gone off a bit of off-roading ahead. He's going to slam on ahead of us, I'm sure of it. It's all about looking after tyres as well. That's kind of why I'm staying out some of the battles. Car ahead went off there. I'm nearly lost the car. I don't think we're going to be able to take advantage. It's going to be too close. He did help us get round him massively. Kind of my fault. I was just trying to take the corner. Right. Chris Doodoo up. Christ Doodoo, I think that is. Ahead of us. He has been a bit wayward. There is a car on our tail as well. Try and look after tyres. That's going to be a big thing later on. Car behind us is gaining a little bit. Cutting nicely. Kind of got that cut perfect now. Braking for the last, probably a little bit too heavy on the brakes there. Taking it better than I have done. We're just out of slipstream, I believe. Wasn't the best lap, a 2:47. 17 seconds off the leaders. And we're 12th place, which is exactly where we started, to be fair. Probably a bit slower than I'd like around the S's. We've got me, Bill right behind us as well. Keeps catching us on some sections. Right, we've got to get this next section correct. Cut that quite nicely. Just managing to keep it off the gravel there. That will help massively. A little bit on the grass there. It wasn't the best exit. Me, Bill was taking advantage. And we've got a car on our left hand as well. Colesy, the other English guy. Great British guy, sorry. Me, Bill going very wide there. Down to 14th now, and there is another car straight on our back. So it does seem we were quite slow there compared to them. But we're doing okay. Definitely got the overspeed on Colsey there. Yeah, we definitely took that second to last corner really well. And we'll have me, Bill, slipstream at this point. Best lap of the race for us. It's all going to be dependent on what people's tyres are doing as well at this point. Someone's gone off ahead. I've took that too fast. One car's taken advantage there. Although we'll have the better run out of the corner. We're going to be marginally ahead. This is going to be tight in here. If he puts us on the gravel, we're in trouble. He's trying to keep it clean. Just managing to hold the position with a nose in front. I think we did well to keep it clean between all of us. There's an issue between the two of them behind us though. Medigold causing an issue with Flipka. There's definitely something we want to stay away from, admittedly. Medigold is not the cleanest driver in the world. Considering we're all S rated, it does go to show it doesn't always mean anything, as we have found several times. And he is behind us now. He is the next one behind us, so we've got to be wary of dive bombs and him in general, although I think he's just been kicked out. I don't know. He was behind us and he's disappeared, so we're down to 17. Yeah, I think he's bummed out, which is good, because he was a dangerous driver. So we're just under 3 seconds away from me, Bill. We're in 13th. We just need to take the corner as well. Hope people's tyres are starting to go due to their driving. Hold it together. We've got a bit of a lead in car behind. We've got 6 seconds from the car behind us. Got to try and maintain that, but we're losing time to the car ahead. As it stands, it's not the most enjoyable race. So me doing it again after this? Probably not. I wouldn't call it fun, and that's kind of why I play for fun. And at the minute, this isn't fun. Someone has pitted. I don't know why you would pit. You don't need fuel. Tyres possibly. So we're up to 12th because of pit stop, and the guy in 11th, me, Bill, he's got a penalty. We're a little bit slower on that lap than previous, but we're okay. Although we did have a bad first corner previous lap, and that's probably why I was slower, although I've had a bad first corner again. We lost a lot of time to car ahead now, and although he's got a penalty, that first corner is definitely mine doing at the minute. I feel the tyres starting to go. I think that's probably why he pitted, was just because of the tyres. Fresher tyres would help him come to the end of the race, but you lose too much time. I don't think the payoff's worth it. In all honesty. So we're 6 seconds behind the car ahead, and we're just under 2 seconds ahead of the car ahead behind. The car ahead does have a penalty as well. Didn't get the exit on that corner I wanted at all. So we have given the car behind Mr. Cleve, the other British driver. He's gaining on us because of that corner. Hopefully take the next ones nicely. A bit more breathing space. I don't know if he's the one that pitted or not. and fresher tyres. But we are losing time to me Bill, which is not a good thing. Right, I'm moving right now. I know he's there. Going the corner nicely. He braked a lot later than me. I will think I will have the better run. I have his slipstream at least. 2:45. Not a brilliant lap by myself, but then we messed up the first again. So we're back down to 13th anyway. He's gone very wide. See, I was aware of tyres going off, so I braked a lot earlier for the corner. We've got one coming up here in the side. So these tyres might be a little bit better off. I was expecting the tyres to slide a lot on that corner, so I braked a lot earlier. So we've only dropped one place on where we started. So it's not too bad, and the number on us is 17, so we need to finish above 17th. Better corner there by us. Hoping 12 can pull us back towards me Bill in 11th. It's kind of my aim of staying behind him as well. I'm pushing, but not trying to force the issue. Because if he can pull us back, he seems fast. So I'm hoping he pulls us back to within range. Definitely filled the tyres now. I think it was Mr. Cleve that pitted, so he will be on better tyres, admittedly. And he's got our slipstream as well. Please don't go to the left as I'm about to turn in though. Yeah, I know the tyres are going, but I'm not pitting. Someone else is though. There's no need to pit in this race. Do not see how you gain enough advantage on tyres, to be honest. Louis got out. He pitted in 11th and came out in 11th, so he had enough of a gap. Well, no, he wasn't. He must have been further ahead in 11th because me Bill was 11th, so he has lost time for him, but he will be on fresher tyres. I just can't see how that option is a good option. I could be wrong, and it could be the better option at this point. We're still in 13th. Definitely feel the tyres going. Lap 7 of 9. So we're good in there. But yeah, I wouldn't say it's been the most enjoyable race. These cars aren't enjoyable to drive. Mr. Cleve is coming up her inside now. I don't know who's going to have the better run out of the corner. I think he's got slipstream. We're going to keep position, I believe. Yeah. He will have a slipstream though, so I fully expect him to take advantage of. Thing is, if he doesn't skip past us, we're going to have an issue going into this corner. So I kind of want him past. And he's not past, and he's now... Yeah. He caused that. He nudged us as he was going... He was trying to take my space without actually being past me. That wasn't good, Mr. Cleve. You didn't have the speed, you should have backed off. That messed us up massively. Luckily we've got a big gap to the car behind us. But yeah, Mr. Cleve, that was definitely uncalled for. You had us on the straight if you'd backed off a little bit there. There is a bunch of cars ahead of us now, so I'm assuming a few people pitted. So I'm hoping they take each other out, as Mr. Cleve seems to be doing ahead of us. Like I say, there was no need for what he did. I've moved over the lane pass and he just didn't have the speed, but he thought he'd come across into my line while not past me. I did end up braking just because I didn't know where to go, but it still messed up the balance of the car. But yeah, we're 3 seconds behind. Car ahead. Ideally we want them to start fighting or make mistakes like I just did. It's going to cost us. Maybe the not pitting wasn't a good idea. Too late now. There are 2 laps to go. We've now just got to hold off 14th. Flipka, we've had dealing. So if he's not been too bad, he was quite fair earlier on. We've got to try and hold him off now. We have got a bit of an advantage. We need the cars ahead of us to have issues though. If I was to do the race again, would I pit? Probably not. I don't see the advantage. Yes, tyres are really bad at this point. The time you lose, is it worth it? If you had a big gap to the car behind, yes. But it'd have to be a big gap. We would have been higher up if it weren't for Cleve causing us an issue, admittedly, and that was me nearly losing the car there. Yeah, Mr. Cleve caused us the big issue earlier, but then on top of that we kind of messed up the corner. There is a guy pitting. I think he'll come out ahead of us though. I wouldn't expect. Is he going to come? Yeah, he's just ahead of us, is there. So he's going to be on fresh tyres. Why would you pit on the final lap? You're not going to gain anything, I wouldn't have said. I think someone must have dropped out because we've moved up to 13th now. This is now driving on ice because of the tyres. So he's on a lot fresher tyres than us. I'm not too worried about trying to battle him because there's no need to. His tyres are going to massively outdo ours. But why would you pit at the end of the penultimate lap? He's not going to gain on the people ahead of us. He's now also got a penalty. A couple of cars are penalties ahead. I don't think we're going to take the position on the penalty. We'll have the overspeed, but I can't see it making that much of a difference unless he messes up the corner beforehand. And since it's the final lap, it's not going to matter too much. Although every position is points. Someone else has quit by the looks of it, who was ahead of us by the looks of things. Because we've now moved up to 12th. We're gaining positions without even doing anything at this point. We've also gone off, that's not going to be helpful. Come on, I've got to try and hold the car together now. The car behind will gain. I want to hold on to 12th. I don't want Flip to catch him. And there's a couple of cars just behind us now. We've got to hold this tight into the last couple of corners now. Cannot lose this right at the end. I've actually tapped the brakes there just because I'm aware of the tyres. They are gaining. I am wary of one of them pulling out something stupid at this point. But I don't think they're going to. We're going to finish in 12th place. Yeah. Not the most enjoyable race in the world. Tyres definitely went off heavily. A lot of penalties ahead of me. Mr. Cleve, who was unfair in what I think he did to us personally, I felt that was a bit unfair. Medigold didn't finish, which is bonus because he wasn't good either. So that's 23 points. I think that's our best personal score at this point. We finished higher, but scored less points because of where our driver rating was. So we'll take that. So yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. I must admit, it's very, very hot at the minute. I don't know where other people are in the world, but yeah, it is very, very hot here. I'm probably going to call it a night about them. We'll take the 23 points. I don't think I'm going to do better than that. Yes, I probably could have pitted previously, but I was never far enough ahead of the other cars for it to make a big difference, I wouldn't have said. And the 23 is my personal best score. I don't want to lose that. And I didn't enjoy the race at all. It wasn't fun in my eyes. As of round 11, your best three scores are tallied, so that'll be the 23 we'd have scored, the 21 from round 6, 19 from round 8. Obviously, I'm available to do the 12th, round number 12, so I can do that one as well. So, I'm not overly worried at this point. And round 12 will be... where are we? So, N500s. I'm not 100% I found the track. That's something to look at. Dragon Trail Seaside. I love that track and I'm going to miss that. That's annoying. I would have loved to do that race. Do like that track. Gredi Fugu Z. I have no idea what that is. Tokyo Expressway. Yeah, so there's some good ones. I'm not looking forward to Nürburgring. I'm not a fan. But yeah, so we've got some points. That's the main thing from the Nations Cup for Great Britain. N500, I'm hoping to go back to British cars for that one. Hopefully I can pick my car. Don't know what N500 cars I've got, so that's going to be interesting. And I'm not massive, don't know the track, so. But I should be back tomorrow night for the Manufacturers Cup, which is Brands Hatch Grand Prix circuit, 13 laps, and we only managed to do 2 races, but my plan is tomorrow to do round 11 Brands Hatch with Group 3 cars with the Aston Martin, and I should be able to do Saturday's double header as well, although I don't know that track. I don't really know Brands Hatch so well, but yeah. So the plan is tomorrow night another live stream. We've only got 30 points so far, and it's your best 3 rounds, so we need a decent round. I've missed quite a lot of races Manufacturers Cup. It doesn't help when they're on Wednesdays because of my shift work and stuff, but also you do one live stream, and alright, they're short compared to other people's live streams, I get that, but I can't start till a certain time until gone 9 o'clock due to family and stuff. I can't stay on ever so late because I've got to be up in the morning with kids and things, so yeah, for me that's kind of my reasoning. Saturdays will be interesting. Obviously I can't do the Super Cup because the times it's on too early. So one thing I will say though is keep a lookout for my daily race B video. It's an hour long, it's a long video, but there's a lot of racing in it, a lot of mistakes by myself, but some interesting points I think I found about different cars, different strategies and things. But so if you get a chance, keep a lookout for that Thursday. I think I should be able to finish it tomorrow, so yeah, I'll schedule it for about, I don't know, 4 or 5 o'clock Thursday or something. And that in the daily race B, and then Saturday should be a live stream is my plan currently, and next week daily race videos won't be going on till later on in the week because I think I'm working most of the weekdays next week, so there will be a bit of a delay if I do get a chance to do any. But you know, it's all up in the air. I can't guarantee anything. This is why, if you haven't watched my videos before, have a look at my other stuff. I have said previously, this for me is fun, so if I don't enjoy the race I don't do it. That's why I'm not going to do a second race. It is just a bit of fun. So I hope you enjoy the videos. If you do, subscribe, hit the like button, check out my farming UDL videos as well, and keep a lookout for some new stuff that I'm hopefully going to be doing fairly soon. But yeah, I will call it a night. So thank you for watching. Bye bye.